You are about to get something you have wanted for years, and a quiet part of you is already planning to ruin it. You won't notice it happen. You'll call it bad luck, bad timing, a stupid mistake. It isn't. Psychologists have a name for this. It's called self-sabotage, and it's one of the strangest things the human mind does. You work for something, you get close, and right at the edge of winning, you pull back, you pick a fight, you miss the email, you break the good thing with your own hands. It feels like failure. It isn't failure, it's protection. By the end of this, you'll understand the hidden machine running underneath it, why a part of you is terrified of your own success, where that fear was installed, and how to finally begin to switch it off. Stay with me, because the last part changes how you'll see every good thing that ever slipped through your fingers. Start by being honest about how often this actually happens to you. You finally get the relationship you wanted, and within weeks you're testing it, picking at it, hunting for the flaw. You're days from finishing the thing that matters, and suddenly you're reorganizing your desk, answering old messages, cleaning a kitchen that was already clean, doing everything except the one task in front of you. You lose the weight, you get the offer, you hit the goal, and something in you quietly reaches out and knocks it over. We tell ourselves a comfortable story about this. We say we were tired, distracted, unlucky. We say next time will be different. But watch the timing. The sabotage almost never comes when you're failing. It comes when you're about to win. That timing is the tell. If this were really about laziness or chance, it would strike at random. It doesn't. It waits for the finish line, which means some part of you is watching your success approach and deciding to stop it. Here's the first piece of the machine, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. In 1978, two psychologists, Stephen Berglas and Edward Jones, noticed something strange. People would deliberately create obstacles for themselves right before an important test of their ability. They called it self-handicapping, and the logic of it is brutally clever. If you stay out drinking the night before the exam, you've built yourself an escape hatch. Fail, and it wasn't you, it was the hangover. Succeed anyway, and you must be brilliant, because you won even with the odds against you. You protect your ego either way, so you procrastinate before the presentation. You don't really try in the relationship. You aim a little lower than you could, not because you don't care, because you care too much. Because if you gave something everything you had and still failed, that would mean something about you that you can't bear to know. Think of the student who studies all night for the wrong subject, the athlete who skips training, then blames the coach, the writer with a finished book in a drawer they will never let anyone read. Each of them found a way to lose on purpose, so they would never have to lose for real. It looks like weakness. It's actually a strategy, a bad one, but a strategy. Because as long as you never fully try, you can never fully fail. The dream stays safe, untested, in the dark. But there's a deeper piece, and this one explains the sabotage that makes no sense at all. The kind that strikes when everything is finally going right. A psychologist named Gay Hendricks called it the upper limit problem. The idea is simple and a little unsettling. Each of us has an inner thermostat, a setting for how much success, how much love, how much happiness we believe we're allowed to have. And when life pushes us above that setting, we don't celebrate. We get anxious. Something feels wrong. Too good, undeserved. You feel it in your body before you ever think it. A tightness in the chest on a day that should feel light. A strange flatness in a moment you waited years for. So without realizing it, we cool things back down. We start the argument. We create the problem. We manufacture a reason to return to the temperature we're used to. You've felt this. A perfect day, and a strange dread creeping in at the edges. Things going too well. And some part of you just waiting for it all to fall apart. So you help it fall apart, just to end the suspense, because the waiting for the fall is sometimes worse than the fall itself. The thermostat isn't set by your potential. It's set by an old belief about what someone like you is allowed to have. Look around, and you'll start to see this everywhere. The friend who finally meets someone kind, and within a month is bored, restless, quietly looking for the exit. The person who gets the money they always dreamed about, and somehow has none of it a year later. The talent who could have gone all the way, and arranged so carefully not to. From the outside, it looks like they threw it away. From the inside, it felt like relief, like finally exhaling, like coming home to a temperature their body recognized. That's how powerful the setting is. It can make losing the thing you wanted feel safer than keeping it. So where does that setting come from? Mostly from a long time ago. From a younger version of you that learned early exactly how much was safe to want. Maybe success in your house came with strings, attention that turned into pressure, pride that curdled into envy. Maybe your happiness made someone else feel small, and you learned to shrink so they wouldn't. Maybe you simply absorbed a quiet belief that good things don't last for people like you. You were not taught this with words. You were taught it with moments. The time you came home proud and were met with a cold room. The time wanting something out loud got you laughed at. The time being too happy, too loud, too much, made the people you needed pull away. A child can't change the people around them, but a child can get smaller, quieter, safer. So that's what you did. You turned yourself down like a dial until the world felt manageable again. And the dial stayed there, long after you grew up, long after it stopped protecting you and started running your life. So you built a ceiling, and you've been quietly bumping your head against it ever since. Not because you can't go higher, but because some loyal, frightened part of you believes that going higher isn't safe. That part isn't your enemy. It's a child who once kept you safe by keeping you small. It's still doing its job, it just doesn't know the danger is over. And that's the thing no one tells you about self-sabotage. It was never self-destruction, it was self-protection. Running on outdated information. Every time you've broken something good, a part of you is trying to keep you safe. Safe from disappointment, safe from envy, safe from the terrifying responsibility of actually having what you want. You can't win against that part by hating it. You've probably been at war with it for years, and all that did was drive it deeper underground. The real work is quieter, and it starts the moment you feel that familiar dread, right when things begin to go well. So here is what to do with it. First, name it. The second you feel the urge to pick the fight or break the thing, say to yourself plainly, this is the upper limit. This is the old thermostat, not the truth. Naming it breaks the spell because the sabotage only works in the dark. Second, do nothing. Don't act on the dread. Just let it be there. Let the good thing be good, and let yourself feel how uncomfortable that is. The discomfort is not a warning. It's just an old setting, adjusting. Third, stay. Prove to that frightened part of you, one small uncomfortable time after another, that you can rise and survive it, that nothing bad comes, that the ceiling was only ever made of fear. Each time you do this, the thermostat moves up a degree, and the next good thing gets a little easier to keep. It sounds small, a pause, a breath, a choice to not blow it up. But this is how the deepest patterns change. Not in one dramatic breakthrough, but in 100 quiet moments where you felt the old pull and didn't follow it. And consider what it costs you not to. Every time you sabotage, you don't just lose the thing. You teach yourself again that you're someone who can't hold on to good things. You make the ceiling lower. You hand the frightened part of you more proof that it was right to be afraid. The work is to stop giving it that proof. Success doesn't feel like fireworks at first. For someone raised on a low setting, it feels like danger. It feels like waiting for a punishment that never comes. And learning to tolerate that danger, to stay calm while your life quietly gets better, might be the most important skill you ever build. So here's my question for you. Think about the last time something good was about to happen, and you got in your own way. What was the dread really telling you? That you didn't deserve it? That it wouldn't last? That someone like you doesn't get to have this? Tell me in the comments. Saying it out loud is how it starts to lose its grip. And if this helped you see the machine a little more clearly, subscribe. Every week we explore another hidden part of your mind. Save this one and watch it again the next time you catch yourself reaching out to break something good.